when I told him I was Canadian, his response, like his mouth dropped and he was like, "You can skateboard in snow?" And I laughed and said, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Well, it's a frozen wasteland there, isn't it?" And it's like, "No, it's sunny."
Hey guys, welcome back to Foreign Reacts. So I love doing these videos a lot because I'm guilty of dumb things, and probably everybody in this world has done something dumb or said something dumb, at a particular point in their life. But I love doing these reaction videos because they're really fun and they make me laugh and they make me embarrassed and they just make a great environment, laugh and sad and happy at the same time. So, a lot of emotions. But if you guys are new to Foreign Reacts, please do subscribe. And if you guys enjoyed this reaction video, please do leave a like as usual. Help us to get to 19,000 subscribers. I'd really appreciate it. But for now, we're going to get right into this video titled, "What's Something Dumb an American Has Said to You as a Foreigner, Part 1. So we're going to get right into this video, guys. So like and subscribe. Let's get right into it.
What's some dummy shit that an American has said to you as a foreigner?
So this was when I was in high school, and this was about a sub. She was violently racist. Like, she would go up to hijabi students and say stuff like, "This is a safe space. You guys can take that off." So one day I'm sitting there, I'm complaining to my friends about my counselor because my schedule was all messed up. I put in so many requests. My counselor was lazy and she was not getting it done. So I'm loudly complaining about it. And the sub, the nosy bitch that she is, she comes up in front of me and she's like, "Hey, I couldn't help but to overhear. If the counselor's not getting what you need done, my advice to you is to have your parent email." Does your mother know English? Another day, she was talking to one of the white girls about her boyfriend and completely unmerited turned around to me and asked, "You wouldn't be able to do that, right? Because you guys get forced into marriage?"
What's some dummy shit that an American has said to you as a foreigner?
First of all, let me just start off by saying that it is incredibly difficult to come up with just one story for something like this, but I'm going to try. In 2009, I was doing this summer program for high school students in LA where I met this girl who I guess was super fascinated by the fact that I was originally from India. One day she asked me, she was like, "How do you guys get around where you're from?" I was like, "What do you mean, how do we get around? We drive." She seemed genuinely confused and she looked at me and she was like, "Wait, you guys have cars in India?" I was like, "Babe, yeah, I'm from New Delhi. It's the capital. Of course we have cars. What?" She very seriously looked at me and said,
Listen, I don't know much about India, but one thing I can tell you is that country is massive, has a lot of people, and if you've ever seen their streets, you'd never ask that question, how do they get around? Because I'm telling you, it's pretty busy from pictures that I've seen and things that I've heard about India, right? But it's really unfortunate that somebody would ask that question in this day and age. I could understand in the probably like, I don't know, like maybe the probably like 30s or something like that. Probably a German probably be like, "Yo, how y'all move from one place to another? To a third world country or something like that." I could get that, but I mean, this is the 21st century. Everybody has a car. Every country. I don't think there's any country in this world that does not have a car. Just saying. Or water, because I think a lot of Americans, I've seen this on TikTok where they're like, "Oh, you have water in Africa?" Africa's a continent, my guy, but whatever. I'm not gonna roast the Americans today. I'm not gonna do it. Not today.
"I thought you guys rode elephants everywhere."
What's some dummy shit that an American has said to you as a foreigner?
Unfortunately, I have way too many of these stories, but I'll pick the worst one. So I used to be a tour guide for the university that I went to. And before we start the tour and start walking everywhere, I usually say something corny like, "I'm going to be walking up front here, blah, blah, blah. If any of you guys want to give me company, it's lonely up here. We can chit chat, whatever." I'll say something like that. So a printer paper person came up to me and was like, "Hey, I have a personal question for you." To which I'm excited. Oh, they're coming up to me. Yes, personal question. This is probably about financial aid. It's about women's safety. It's about something like that. I was wrong. This man asked me why I was allowed to be in school and that he assumed I was Indian and why haven't my parents gotten me an arranged marriage and how was I allowed to be in school. And mind you, he was not quiet, so everyone on the tour heard me, and I had to answer in front of everybody. Also in front of students walking by.
What's some dumb shit that an American has said to you as a foreigner? I'll go first.
I have made a video before about the dumb shit Americans have said to me since moving here, and almost every single day, especially when I would work at the movie theatre, I would get people coming up to me, just staring and being like, I didn't know there were black people from England. Like, okay, keep that shit to yourself. That's embarrassing.
What's some dumb shit that an American has said to you as a foreigner? I'll go first.
So I'm gonna just preface this and say I'm from Canada, right? And the one time I ever went to Los Angeles, California,
LA.
I was somewhere around Santa Monica Beach
Right.
with my family, and I went to a skate shop, and I bought myself a skate deck. And when I told the dude who was working there, who sold me the deck, when I told him I was Canadian, his response, like his mouth dropped, and he was like, "You can skateboard in snow?" And I laughed and said, "What do you mean?" And he's like, well, it's a frozen wasteland there, isn't it? And it's like, no, it's sunny, and like there's only snow for 85% of the year. The other 15%, you can skateboard like nothing, right? And he's like, oh, well, if it isn't snowy all the time, how do you live in igloos? I'm not lying at all.
Nah, bro, that one is historic, bro. Like, put that one on a poster. How do you live in an igloo? Wow. Oh my days. Wow. So he couldn't put maths together and be like, okay, so if it's not cold all the time, likely then obviously he would not live in an igloo. Why you gotta think, how would you live in an igloo if it's not cold all the time? Why? You couldn't put it the other way. Oh my gosh.
What's some dumb shit that an American has said to you as a foreigner?
Hi. Okay, so before I get into this, I just want to preface this by saying I am from Cote d'Ivoire and Tanzania.
Dang.
I am from Africa, meaning that like
Yes, sir.
that opens up the floor to like so many dumb
I feel you.
dumb
I feel you.
dumb questions.
I
and
got
just
you, man.
Weird ass fucking scenarios. So I have experienced a lot of dumb questions. I'll tell you
Right.
that for free. But the one that comes to mind right now. Okay, I'll try not to be too specific because I just, in case someone sees it, but even if someone sees it, I don't give a fuck. But anyways, I was out with a group of people, and one of the people literally looked at me and asked, do you guys have highways wherever you're from? This babe literally asked me if we have roads wherever I'm from. Like with her whole chest asked me if... The nigga was too stunned to speak, I'll tell you that for free. Ugh.
What's some dumb shit that an American has said to you as a foreigner?
Dang.
I'm not gonna lie, that's like, to pick one is impossible. So I'm gonna do two. So I come from the region of the world with the statistically hairiest people. Anatolia, baby. I think that's true. And I remember I joined a group, like a club, and I swear the first question this foreign person asked me was, hey, are you on T? And I was like, no, I'm not. And he just goes, you must be. And then goes, are you MTF?
Se rouheampi uutuus. Lakutoffe. Karl Fatser Crunchy.
I said no. He didn't believe me. Of course, his name was Jack. Secondly, we were doing a potluck
I
for
didn't
my
get
algebra
that.
class, and I decided to bring baklava because my mom makes like the best baklava. Okay, and this guy, his name was Eric, he goes, oh, what's that? I say baklava. And Eric looks at me and he just goes, you just admitted you're Jewish.
What's some dumb shit that an American
Okay,
has
that's
said to
dumb.
you as a foreigner? I'll go first.
So the first and last time that I ever went to a frat party, I was wearing a beret, this beret, and I walk in, you know, trans people, this and that, and this really, really drunk white girl comes up to me, and she's like, oh my god, I love your hat so much. Is it a sombrero? I was shocked.
Why does everybody imitate a white girl to sound like that? Why does everybody do that to an American white girl? Like, what? I've probably never heard of well, you do have some of them like that sound like that for real though. You do have some white girls that do sound like that. You do. But it's rare. But it seems to be so commonly used to express how they sound.
Bamboozled, severely discombobulated, but I compose myself and I say to her, no, it's not a sombrero, it's a beret actually. And then she goes, oh my god, your accent, is that a British accent? Are you British? Oh my god, I didn't know that there are Mexicans in Britain. Firstly, I'm not Mexican.
She's not Mexican.
Secondly, why do so many Americans have this idea that like there aren't any people of color in the UK, so there aren't like hundreds of British POC who are absolutely killing it on the world stage right now? But whatever, it's Americans, isn't it?
What's some dummy shit that an American has said to you as a foreigner?
So I was a tour guide for the Parliament of Canada as a student. Paid well, loved the job. Some of the best friends I have right now are from that job. So we were walking up to the House of Commons foyer where you enter the House of Commons, and there's 3 sets of doors. The French doors, the English doors, and then the Canadian doors. So the French colonizers, the English colonizers, and then the Canadian doors. So the tourist asked me, he says, but wait, where are the American doors? Me baffled. I'm like, sorry, what? Pardon me? He said, where are the American doors? I asked him, sir, why would there be American doors? And then we just proceeded to look at each other for a good 10-15 seconds until I just walked away and continued the tour.
What's some dummy shit that an American has said to you as a foreigner?
Okay, so middle school Adya was on the bus ride home from school, 8th grade, right? And all the cool kids were 8th graders, were in the back of the bus. We're just talking, and this kid,
No offense. She actually sounds like an 8th grader. She sounds like that. She sounds really, really, really young. That's how she sounds.
Remember his name, Brandon. Brandon asks, so when do you get your thing? And I'm like, what thing? He's like, you're Indian, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm Indian. What thing? And he was like, don't you have to get that thing in your forehead? And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, don't you have to get surgery? Or don't they have to implant that thing in your forehead? This man was talking about bindis. He thought we got... It's a sticker. I don't know. Yeah.
What's some dummy shit that an American has said to you as a foreigner?
Ooh, I was just waiting for that perfect stitch to start off my TikTok journey. So I went to high school in one of the rural parts in South Carolina. Hey! But I was born in Poland and lived in the United States since I was 5 years old.
Cool.
So I have this hella long, hella Polish last name. It's a clear indicator that I'm not from here. So one day I had someone ask, oh, where's your last name from? And I'd say, oh, I'm from Poland. That's so cool. Do you live in igloos in Poland? No. Is it not near the North Pole? No. It's next to Germany. Do you know where Germany is? No. Some of y'all need to pick up a map.
What's some dummy shit that an American has said to you as a foreigner?
So I was living in New York at the time, and I'm originally from southern Spain, and I was at this dinner party in New York City, and I was talking to this guy, and he finds out I'm from Spain, and he goes dude, so how long does it take you to drive from Spain to Manhattan? And I was like, you did not ask that question. And I looked at my friends, and my friends were like, you did. So I was like, I'm not gonna see this guy ever again in my entire life, so at least let's have a laugh at it. And I looked at him straight in the eye as serious as I could, and I was like, well, depending on the traffic and the fog, because the ocean, it might take 18 to 20 hours. And he elbowed his friend and was like, dude, I told you it takes longer to drive to Texas. And I was like, he did not say that, but he did. He actually did. Oh my god, it was one hell of a night.
What's a celebrity impression that you can do? I'll go.
That right there is a rap. Ain't no way he really did that. That's cold. That's just flat out cold. Are you serious? Imagine asking that question to somebody what? Wow. Or saying that to somebody that's shocking. I'm really shocked about this one. But it is what it is. This was dumb as pump. But yeah, I'm out of here, guys. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like on the video as usual and subscribe. For now, I'm out of here, guys. Peace.